You know, I would love to work on a fragrance counter. You know, people come in and you spray them, you give them samples, you get chatting to them and you're saying, is it for yourself? Is it for a friend? Is it for a partner? Is it for a birthday present? You know, do they like masculine fragrances? Do they like feminine fragrances? Do they like unisex fragrances? Are they okay with a sweet fragrance? What fragrances have they had in the past? And then you'd be able to recommend this and recommend that. And, you know, as these people walk away with their new purchase in a little bag, I've got it all planned. I'd be saying, have a nice spray. But I don't. I don't work on a fragrance counter. I work in a car garage, in a car dealership. But you know what, that is quite useful for this fragrance review because it's going to come into it in a short while. First of all though, a massive warm welcome here on YouTube, only on YouTube, to John Legg Fragrance Review. I really appreciate your time. I know we're all busy, and if you could just give me around about 10 minutes, let me introduce you to a fragrance which is, okay, it's a good one. It's not quite going to change your world. It's not quite going to blow a hole in your pants, but it's not far off. Okay. We're going to talk about a Lattafa. The amazing thing about Lattafas is that they're all eau de parfum, made in United Arab Emirates, and the incredible thing about Lattafa is the value for money. This fragrance house is incredible for what they do for the price. You know what, you just cannot floor these fragrances. And a couple of people have seen on the last couple of reviews, they've seen, I've seen one on your shelf, Leggy, are you going to review it? All right. My boss at work, you know, I'll take a fragrance to work and I'll spray it and he'll say, just review it, Leggy. And I'm like, no, I have to spray it, I have to wear it. I have to wear it with fresh skin, I have to wear it with dirty skin, I have to wear it with different sort of clothes, I have to wear it in different atmospheres, hot, cold, I have to wear it to work, I have to wear it to the shops, I have to wear it while I'm washing the car, I have to wear it on the treadmill. I have to really experience these fragrances before I can hand on heart tell you that they're a good fragrance and how they perform and all that sort of thing. So let me tell you, this one, even after doing all those things with it, even after wearing it for a couple of months on and off, I'm still massively puzzled. But let's go and get it. Stay there. I'm only here. Right, so here we go. You know, the first and most amazing thing about this fragrance is, I can say the name of it. It's called AZAL or AZAL. You know what, either way, I think I've absolutely nailed the name of this fragrance. That's the first and most amazing thing about it, is you can say the name of it. All right. Quite a tight lid. Once you've got the lid off, you see the sprayer. Oh, that didn't need to really be sold, but let's go for it. Let's spray it and let's tell you why I'm so puzzled with this fragrance, even though I've worn it loads and loads and loads. Every time. Okay. All right, ask me a series of questions. Is it a good fragrance? Yes. Is it a sexy fragrance? Yes. Is it unisex? Yeah, it is. I think it has a slight sort of masculine feel to it, but a woman could rock this as long as they weren't like a teenager sort of thing. An old and a more mature woman could rock this. Okay, what's the puzzle then? Here we go. When I smell it, I smell a sweetness and I smell a leather note. And you're going to say, that's okay, Leggy, that's fine. Let me tell you, the sweetness, I don't get citrus at all. I kind of get, it's sort of maybe a woody sweetness with maybe a slight floral sweetness. And then underlying is the most gorgeous, in my nose, leather note I've ever put my nostrils on. Okay. Now, working in a car dealership, you know what? It does have its benefits. And let me tell you, the first thing I thought when I smelt this fragrance. So, You open the door of a brand new car. It's got no plates on, it's not licensed, it's not registered, it is brand spanking new. All right, you open the door and there's a very, very distinctive smell if it's a premium car with leather seats. You get the sort of sweet sort of plastics of the dashboard and all the trims which are brand new. They've never had fingerprints on them, they've never been touched, they've never been weathered, they're brand spanking new. There's that sweet sort of plasticky note, and then there's the gorgeous sort of leather note of the seats. Now, for me, if you've been here before, you know, and I'm not massively into like heavy leather fragrances. All right, there's another Lattafa. Let's just quickly discuss this. You've got about 5-10 minutes for this one, haven't you? Okay. So, Anna Abaid leather. Okay. I don't wear this too often, and this is what I have to do when I'm putting it on. I seriously have to stare this fragrance out. We have to come to an agreement. And then I spray it. All right, that is raw, aged, tangy, sort of harsh, bitter, as one of the girls at work described it, horse saddle leather. Okay, I struggle with that one. I do wear it because I love its power. Okay, it is a powerhouse fragrance. I cannot fault its performance, but I really grapple with the actual smell. Okay, now, the leather note that I get in this is seriously car seat leather. It's that supple, it's that sort of real nice, delicate, brand new, clean, sweet leather, if that makes kind of some sense to you. I also had a book once, and it was a leather-bound book, and it had a stamp on the back, and it said genuine calf leather. And when you smelt it, it wasn't sort of real pungent, sort of, you know, leather jacket sort of smell. It was a real sort of sweet, delicate leather. Okay. The crazy thing is, and this is why I am puzzled, is that when I bought this, it's all right, I could not find this on Lattafa's website, because I wanted to know what the notes were. What was I smelling? Was it leather, and is it sort of a sweet, sort of florally sort of note? I don't know. This is the problem. When I bought it on eBay and the 100ml of the perfume cost me £15 British money, which is fantastic value for money. When I bought it, it mentioned oud, it mentioned saffron, it mentioned amber, I think it was, and that was about it. And I'm like, there was no mention of leather. Now, it is either my nose picking up something that isn't in this fragrance, or it's the way my nose is translating it. Now, forgive me, I smell sweet, clean calf leather, not heavy, pungent leather. Now, maybe that's the oud, and if it is, then fair play to them. The oud is very wearable. This is sweet with the sort of leathery sort of note. Now, I say in my nose, my brain is completely convinced that this is leather, but all of the notes that were listed when I bought this on eBay, no mention of leather at all. In fact, I also found it on Notino's. Oh, I thought, right, they're going to have a breakdown of the notes, and once again, there's no mention of the leather note. So, this is why I am massively, massively puzzled after having worn it for so many months, having worn it sort of on and off sort of thing, worn it sort of almost back to back some weeks, and I'm still puzzled because I get a sweet, leathery, sort of real rich, sexy fragrance out of this. Okay, as a fragrance, all right, let's not worry too much whether there is leather or there isn't leather. It smells like a sweet new car seat leather. That's what it smells like. Let's not worry about that, whether it is or isn't. That's what it smells like. You know, it's very sweet, but it has that sort of leathery vibe to it, so it just pulls it down a bit. So it's not piercingly sweet, and neither is it sort of earthy, sort of, you know, skanky earthy sort of thing. It sits nicely. In fact, I would say that this is just classic. This is refined. This is an elegant fragrance. You know, You put this on with a shirt and tie or a suit, man, that will be the final piece in your whole wardrobe jigsaw, if you like. This, all right, now let me talk to you about performance, because I always say with the Lattafas, their all average performance is around about 4 hours of it being a nice sort of scent bubble, a little bit of projection off you, more so in the first sort of couple of hours. This is above average. I get, right, as a skin scent, it's seriously there all day long. On clothes, it's there next day. But as a scent bubble and as a scent memory trail coming off you, this is above average. I'm getting between 5 and 6 hours of this fragrance coming off me. 5 or 6 hours of me constantly being able to smell it. 5 and 6 hours of the most classy and refined fragrance I've put my nostrils on recently. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I actually seriously would. Because for £15, you are buying something that smells seriously like a £200 fragrance. And I don't know if this is a clone or something. There's probably loads of more professional reviewers that will tell you it's a clone of this or that or the other. I don't know. This smells niche. This smells like it is possibly sort of touching on a clone of something. Now, Lattafas never do an exact clone. They sail close to it, but put their own sort of beautiful Arabian twist on it. And this is probably what this is. So I don't know if it's a clone. Please don't ask me if it's a clone. I don't know. You'll have to do that research elsewhere. But this, just taking it as it is, for £15, 100ml eau de parfum, this is an absolute zero-brainer fragrance. If you can afford the £15, put it into your collection. You will not regret it. Performance will blow you away, and the smell. Now, if you've got it, message me. Let me know if there is to yourselves a sort of a leathery, sort of a sweet leathery vibe to it, or whether I'm just detecting the oud and thinking it's leather. Okay, if you would consider a thumbs up, please. If you would consider a subscription, that would be awesome. And if you would really like to come back next time, that would be the best thing. But in the meantime, I would love you to stay safe, because it's a dangerous world out there. Stay safe, and above everything else, you've got to spray that fragrance. Not just once a day, not just twice a day. You've got to spray it all day long. You know, spray it in the morning before you leave for work. And if you're wearing a Lattafa, you're going to have to kind of top up at lunchtime to get that beautiful smell all the way through the afternoon. So chuck it in your bag, chuck it in your glove box, have it handy in a drawer at work, and just a little spritz every now and then, and you will keep a good reputation at work as he or she always smells stunningly amazing. That's what you want. Okay, I'm going to love you and leave you now, and I really hope to see you on the next review. So thank you. I'm sorry it's a long review, but I had a lot of stuff to discuss. Would I recommend it? Oh yes. Goodbye.